Alrighty, welcome back. Today's video goes out to Doreen Macy, a great guy in my clan, and I sent out a message saying, what tank do you want me to review? And he responded right away with M3 Lee, so I think it's fair that that's what I do today. Now, what is the M3 Lee? Well, the M3 Lee was the first tank that I used, and there you go, there it is, a beautiful tank. First tier 4 tank I ever used, and so it's a special tank to me. We're gonna take a look at its specs, and I have it fully upgraded, and I also have the M4. I love this American line, but yeah, anyway, great tank. It's got a bunch of hit points. What I find great about this tank is just how mobile it is, right? It's got 48 traverse speed, which is insane. Its speed limit is 38, and its shell damage and penetration is just over the top for its tier. It'll knock half of your health out, right? Rounds per minute 9, again, that's great. You buy this tank for its gun and mobility, not necessarily for its health, because actually when we take a look, its design is pretty bad. It's got like this huge front right here, which is easy to hit. It's a giant brick, and from the back it's easy to hit, side easy to hit. Now the first thing I told you is that you buy it for its gun, and here we just see it blows holes in the enemy. You know, here we go, it's a Hetzer. A Hetzer is a heavy armored tank. My tank is no match though. It blows right through it. I'm just shooting shells right at it, right? I come down this hill, and ready, wait for it, boom. But there's slightly a bit of a problem, and that's that this thing doesn't have a turret, which means that you have to plan where you're aiming, right? And so here's a slow motion. You'll see at the bottom of the screen, I have to wait until my tank turns, and then I can shoot. And so that's the part that makes it hard. Now I'm going to replay that even slower once again. So now in a very slow motion, you'll see that I'm waiting for the tank to turn, I receive damage, it turns, then I can shoot. Boom. And I managed to get him and block the damage, but that doesn't always happen. And it also means that when you're in, when you're in close quarters and there's a whole bunch of enemies around you and you don't have a turret, it makes it very awkward. Personally, even though this is my first tier 4 tank, I absolutely hate tanks that do not have turrets. You could give me the best tank that does not have a turret, and I would literally suck at playing with it. I hate them. I don't like the idea of being able to shoot in one direction and not go in the other direction. It's a hassle. Anyway, the next thing we're going to talk about is mobility. We're going to leave my horrible complaints. And this tank is pretty mobile for its size and the amount of gun. But before you get excited and you're like, oh, this is an okay tank minus the whole turret problem, its armor is bad. You can see I'm shooting one, and you can see how bad its armor. I just received a shot, and I took a ton of damage. And you know what? I kind of gave up here. I went for this guy, and you'll just see right away, he rams me, and he gets me, because my armor is horrible. So, in review, pretty basic. I don't know if I would recommend this tank. It really depends on your play style. Personally, I think I like it because it was the first tank I ever used when I was trying to get a tier 4. But I think if I remove the fact that it was my first tier 4 tank, I'm going to give this tank a no. It does have a big gun and it does have mobility, but it's kind of big and clumsy and it's really awkward to control in my opinion. But, I mean, again, I said it fits your playstyle, so I've seen people who use tanks like this perfectly. And, you know, one of them's Avenger. He uses the SU, which is the same kind of tank, no turret, perfectly. He's mastered it. But if you ever gave a tank like that to me, man, as I said, I'd suck. So yeah, that's the review for today. If you want to see another review, hopefully I have the tank, comment below. Don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, have a good time. See y'all.